Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Your Best Lifestyles Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Hutchison, right here at the Old Robinson Public Relations and Media Group Studios in Marietta, Georgia. Once again, we're back with another show, and we are super excited about it, man, because so many people contact me like, they're so busy during the holiday season and they're just having problems with staying healthy. They're having problems with staying on track with their diet, their drinking, the stress is up, man. They're dealing with all type of stuff. So I want to come on and talk to you guys about how can you stay healthy during the busy holiday season, because this is a big deal. Everybody know you could be struggling from going Christmas shopping, maybe looking for a parking space, maybe the deals is not good, you can't find that perfect gift, whatever it is, man. It's going to be a struggle for many of you guys. And for many of you, you're going out there, you're not eating, and then when your sugar drops, because shopping will increase your appetite. Believe that, especially if you're in the mall, you have not eaten yet, you're going to the food stand or you're going to one of these donut stands or whatever it is, and you're going to get stuff that's going to be totally off your diet. Facts. So we want to talk to you guys about how to stay healthy during the busy holiday season. This is a big thing because we all know that the holiday season, right, can be a whirlwind of different issues, whether it's social gatherings, you're traveling, family commitments, whatever it is, it's going to be a huge thing. And if you're not in control, your health or your weight loss journey, or maybe you're dealing with diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, whatever it is, it can spiral out of controls, right? Out of control. So you want to make sure that you stay focused at all times as much as you possibly can. Now, we all are going to slip, whether it's from alcohol or food, sugary drinks, sugary foods, heavy carbs. You know the vibes, right, for the holiday season. So you want to make sure that you're staying on point as much as you possibly can. But we know it's challenging, but it doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be, really overwhelming if you're focused, if you have the right vision, the clarity, and mindset, right? Especially during the busiest weeks of the holidays. You got a few more days for Christmas, so on and so forth. Now, what I've learned as a coach is that you have to make small, consistent steps if you wanted to make a big difference on your journey, right? And what I mean by that, pack a lunch, you know what I'm saying? Or pack some snacks, and we're gonna get into it, right? So when we're talking about staying ahead to help you navigate through the holiday hustle and bustle, while you're trying to prioritize your well-being, number one, I would tell you guys, you have to plan ahead. And what I mean by that is that you have to prep your food. You have to treat it just like a normal day. I got my meal prep. I'm going to get my meals in so I'm not overwhelmed with hunger, right? So meal prep. What you have to do is dedicate a few hours on the weekend. Sometimes it's Sunday, sometimes it's Wednesdays, depending on your activity level, depending on your schedule, right? With the proper nutritional meals and snacks to keep you on point. So when we're talking about that, we're talking about obviously getting your vegetables done, right? Getting your potatoes done, whether sweet potatoes, red beet potatoes, quinoa, things of that nature, right? So getting a big salad done. So if you're doing like protein options, your salmon, your fish, your turkey, or if you're doing beef, you make sure, or pork, whatever you're doing, I don't do pork or beef, but whatever you're doing, make sure you aim for the lean cuts, right? So when you do that, when you do this, when you prep during the holidays, right? You have these options available for you at all times to make it easier to resist those unhealthy temptations, those donuts. You're hungry and you're driving, you see Dunkin' Donuts, or you see the hot light on, whatever it is, right? Or once again, you're shopping, you're in the mall, everything looks and smells so good, you haven't eaten. Here it is, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you haven't eaten since yesterday, breaking your fast the wrong way, right? You got to focus on meal prep. That's the first step. Second step, you have to schedule your breaks. Even if you're just taking short breaks, these things can do wonder for your mental and your physical health, right? When it comes down to the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, you have to know to slow it down. You have to know to meditate, to breathe. You have to know these things. Even if you're just stretching, you have to know when to do it and how long you should be doing. Even if you just schedule a 15-minute break throughout the day, just move around, stretch, go outside, get some fresh air. If you're stuck in that way, some of you guys, you're in and out of stores, so you're getting fresh air, but you're not. You're getting fresh air briefly, and then you're going right back into artificial air. So sometimes you just need to, if the weather's a little chilly, if you like being out there, hey, go sit on the patio, whatever you do, right? And that's the second step. The third step actually is going to be prioritizing your whole foods. Now, when it comes down to navigating through the holidays, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to always be a lot of foods that's already ready available. Sauces, gravies, processed, ultra processed, these things, right? And they smell great, but a lot of it is just full of chemicals, a whole bunch of chemicals, right? So you got to focus on your whole foods, if apples, oranges, whatever it is, as long as it holds whole food, right? And you got to get the vegetables in. Fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, like I just said, salmon, fish, things of that nature, right? The nutrient dense foods that's rich to provide you the energy that you need to support your immune system as well. And most people, they're not thinking about their immune system when they're out and about. This is especially at the day is the first day of winter. They're not really thinking about their immune system until it's compromised, until they're sick. Then all of a sudden, you're thinking about it now. So we want you to think about it during the course of the day, every day. Okay, let me get my fruits and vegetables in. We know this, so why are we not doing it? Well, why are you guys not doing it? Some of you. Some of you guys are vegetarian, pescatarians, you're vegans. A lot of you guys, that's all you eat, right? But for many of you, and you know who you are, I'm not singling you out, but for many of you who always got the sniffles, who are always sick, who catching something, your immune system is compromised because you are not taking care of yourself the way you should be taking care of yourself. The next thing we're talking about is you gotta hydrate, man. One thing that I can here's the thing, this is pretty much TMI, right? But every time I go to a public restroom, number one, I wish men would flush the toilet after they urinate, right? Because it upsets me, because now I got to come behind you. Your urine is like mellow yellow. It's like Old English 800 malt liquor beer. I'm like, this person is very dehydrated. Like, it's super dark, right? Not good. That's telling me a lot of things about you're not staying hydrated enough, right? And then I got to put my foot, because I'm not touching, I got to flush the toilet before I go. And that's urine. The smell is heavy, right? But then I'd be like, all right. Now, whenever I go to the restroom, I'm always checking to see the color of my urine, because as you know or may not know, the color of your urine is going to tell a lot about if you're hydrated or not. It's going to give you some things about your health. So it's like, okay, I need to drink more water, because I don't like to see Just a light tint of yellow is fine, but anything over that is like, okay, you're definitely dehydrated, right? So even when you're out and about and you're shopping, you're doing all these things, you have to have a water bottle with you, man. You have to incorporate the H2O in your system. Now, check this out, peep game. If you're not getting that much H2O, then you focus on H3O. And what I just mentioned a minute or so ago, H3O is the water that you're going to get in fruits and vegetables. So you got to constantly be eating to stay hydrated, constantly be drinking water to stay hydrated, right? So you can think about, green leafy vegetables. You can think about fruits, that's packed with water, right? Berries, apples, everything is pretty much packed with water by nature. So you want to focus on how to sip and eat throughout the day. Well, most of the time you don't have to eat throughout the day, but you can sip. If you're not hungry, then don't eat. That's a whole nother story that I'm gonna get into, right? But when you're talking about dehydration could lead to, headaches, fatigue. It can just zap your freaking energy, man. And then it can make you have less cognitive function of cognitive awareness. So you have to make sure that you're drinking enough water, and you guys know that. Just somebody tell me, oh man, I got iced tea. So water is the main ingredient. That's the first ingredient. Shoot, in any beverage, water is going to be the first ingredient because that's the whole thing. So think about that for a quick second. If water is the first ingredient in your soft drinks, teas, beer, whatever it is, don't you think that you should be drinking water first? It's just as simple as that, right? Drink your water, man, because believe me, your vital organs gonna need it. Your cells, your systems, central nervous systems, your musculoskeletal systems, your vital organs, your brain, everything, your hair, your skin, everything going to need that water. So don't think that you can go without drinking water for long periods of time. It's just ridiculous to think that you can do that, okay? Try it for days at a time, see what happens. You need to get that water. So on top of that, like one of the other things I want to talk about, you have to make very smart choices. Man, now I understand if you go into a hypoglycemia episode, the sugar is dropping, you start to feel confused, you skip meals, feeling lightheaded. Most likely, you're not going to be focusing on low density foods. You're going to be focusing on consuming the foods that's already there, right? If you don't have a plan. So that may be fast foods, ultra processed foods, sugary drinks, whatever it is, right? Instead of focusing on fruits and vegetables, meats, lean meats, and all that stuff like that, nuts, things of that nature. So you have to be smart. You have to make very smart choices, right? So once you start to make the best choice, and once you start understanding your hunger cues and your fullness cues, so if you're feeling the hunger cues, your stomach is growling, stuff like that, and then you're feeling confused, you need to go get some protein, low carb in you, fast acting snack, whatever that you got going on. And when you start to feel full, stop eating. And this is what I tell people all the time. It only takes 20 minutes for your stomach and to signal your brain and say, hey, we are full, I'm full. If you're full, then stop eating. One of the hardest exercises that I know people can't do, is put the fork down and push themselves away from the table. People have the hardest time doing that. If you are full, stop eating. The ghrelin and the leptin hormone in the human body, those are the two hormones that regulates the fullness and we're hungry. Now, for some people, those hormones are inactive. They're not working. That's a medical issue, right? Other than that, you're just being greedy as hell. Just being greedy. So put the fork down. Save the rest for later, man. You have to make smart choices. Now, if you're home or you're at a bar whatever it is, and it's, maybe you at the freaking mall and you're eating, you're in a restaurant and you're strolling on your phone while you're eating or you watching TV. No, put your phone down, turn it off or whatever you do, and pay attention to your food. I see so many people, they get their food, they're so hungry, and they just scarf it down. Your body is not going to process or digest that food the natural way. It's going to go down in chunks. Your body, you need to chew. Like, don't you know people in France, they take time, they chew their meals like 28 to 30 times before they swallow? Because now you get to break down and break down the nutrients of the food and get it going to where it's supposed to be. And it's going to take shorter time for your food to process in your digestive system and your stomach and so on and so forth. Now, if you coming down, you just scarf it down and you eat like you haven't eaten in years, you come in big chunks, your body, it's going to take a little while longer to process that meal. Now, if you're getting ultra processed foods, sugary foods, high carb foods, your body's going to take around about 72 hours, which is 3 days, to really process that food out. And if it's all chemicals, if it's all fat and unhealthy fats and all that stuff like that, and heavy carbs and processed stuff, your body's going to store it as fat. You know this already. Some of you guys, you got too much going on down there, so you have to realize that. But if you're consuming foods, fruits and vegetables, most likely it's going to pass through you within 24 hours, right? Protein sometimes 48 hours. It depends on how much you're eating though, because you can get too much fiber in, and too much fiber can have a sign or have negative benefits of bloating or gas. So you want to pay attention to this, right? Now, I mentioned the processed foods. Just about 60% of food or more in this country right now is pretty much processed. It's computer generated, lab generated, it's chemical generated. Now they got synthetic check-in. Now they got 3D imaging on beef. They got all type of stuff. It's all chemicals, man. So you have to be mindful of the amount of processed foods, sugary drinks, and alcohol that you consume on a regular basis, man. It's hard, but don't you know, you go overseas in different countries, they don't have all that shit. Excuse my French. They don't have all that, right? So you have to really be mindful of the limiting processed foods. It's big business. It's designed to get you sick. And the chemicals that they add to the food is addictive. Whether it's sugar, whether it's long chemicals to preserve the lifespan of it. I've seen so many videos, man, like people, these fast food restaurants, the French fries is not getting old, the burger's not getting moldy, the chicken, like, man. So that's how those things gonna sit in your system as well. So as much as you possibly can, try to stop eating all this stuff, man, and stop drinking. And I get it. It's the holiday season. It's gonna be alcohol. It's gonna be sugary drinks. I mean, you're celebrating. I understand it. Some of you guys, you just can't turn it off. But you're worrying about, your blood pressure, you're pre-diabetic, or maybe you're dealing with diabetes. You're worrying about cancer, stuff like that. You have to learn how to turn it off, man. Just say no or cut back down, right? So when you continue to consume these different products, just be honest with you, it's going to contribute to your weight gain, other health issues, even fatigue. And like I just mentioned, you don't want to be popping pills. You don't want to be injecting yourself all the time. I know I don't. I know I did not. So I have to take better care of myself. And trust me, the pharmaceutical companies is big business, baby. I tell people all the time that this is very problematic for diabetics during the holiday season, because you want to celebrate, you want to drink, you want to eat, you want to be merry, you want to be festive. But don't think that's the green light for you to go just eat whatever. And since you got the insulin or you have the pills, that you just want to go ahead and eat what you want to eat. It don't work like that. I'm be honest with you right now. This is why a lot of you guys are still dealing with that health issue, right? So when you start to drink more, you start to feel fatigued, get lazy, it increases your appetite. You start to want to feed the alcohol now. Then here come the weight gain because you're too tired to move 60 minutes a day, 150, 160 minutes a week. You're too tired to move because your body's all out of whack. It's all out of whack, man. So you got to move. And when we're talking about moving, you have to find the opportunities to move, or you have to create the opportunities to move. Some of you guys are stuck at work. Listen, we do a wellness program at Children's Healthcare, and we look into do wellness program at different hospitals and different corporations as well. So get at me about that. So a lot of employees, they don't have time to go do a workout, whatever. So they try to take the stairs. Maybe they go for a long walk on their lunch break, or they do a home workout, or, I come to the home and work out with clients as well. That's what I do, pretty much what I do now. And then with the corporate and as well as online training, with, stuff like that. So you have to move, man. You have to find, you have to create opportunities. So say find opportunities. You have to create opportunities because you and I both know that if you're not moving, then the weight is going to settle. Now, let me say this. Some of you, many of you guys are suffering from a health issue, and then you were prescribed some type of medicine that's causing the weight gain, that's causing other issues, that's causing fatigue, obesity, stiffness of the joint, constipation, dry mouth, all those different things, right? So I get that. I understand. You have to work with your doctor to make sure that you're getting to the next level. So I get that. But if you're able-bodied and you have no condition, you're just being lazy, then shame on you, man. Shame on you, right? This is important. You have to move even when you're in social gatherings, man. You got to do something. Like just to say, hey, after you eat a Thanksgiving meal, did you go for a walk? Did you exercise? Did you go out there and shoot some hoop? You have to do something. But too many of you guys, you're eating too much, and you're drinking too much and smoking too much. You don't feel like doing nothing. And this is where the problems begin. But you know this because you've been doing this over and over and over again every year. Every holiday season is more of a traditional thing for you guys. But this is the year you want to really say, you know what, Terrence, I hear you, I feel you. Let me get back on point. Let me connect with you, right? So this is the part of prioritizing self-care. Man, you got to get it done. How much sleep are you guys getting? I'll be honest with you. I'm probably getting like 6 hours off and on, right? I'm up sometimes. My alarm clock goes off at 3. I'm paying, man. I'm working. I'm moving around until I'm out the door, right? I get really good rest though. Thank God. I wake up, thank God, and I have no pain in my body, thank God, But when it comes down to sleep, especially during the holiday season, you have to get that sleep in. But not too much, man. I know people want to sleep all day, man. That don't make no sense to me. The world is passing you by, right? It's already later on in the day. The world is passing you by. The world don't owe you nothing. The only thing you want to do is sleep and then wake up, want to play video games, or you want to be a night out. Man, you cannot be productive that way. You cannot. I never will understand that, man. Get enough sleep, but don't sleep half the freaking day. That don't make no sense. Now, when it comes down to mindfulness, do you meditate? Do you practice deep breathing techniques when you're meditating? You really, really control your breathing from the diaphragm, out through your nostrils, out your mouth. Breathe in, breathe out, man. Not from the chest. Chest is just a natural breathing. Okay, cool. But deep breathing relaxes you, changes your mood, and holistically lower your blood pressure. Keep you calm, man. If you have a heart palpitation, you're dealing with anxiety, maybe you're stuck in traffic, you're nervous about something, breathing helps to regulate all of that stuff, man. Reduce your stress and just really help you improve your overall well-being. It's just what it is, right? It's just what it is. Maybe you have a pet therapy, or you're just connecting with your loved ones and family members, right? Make time for meaningful connections, man, with your family and friends. I know it's hard. Some of y'all don't get along with each other. I know. I get it. I know exactly what that's about. But we have to, right? So when we talking about interacting on a social level, right? It is, man, it is so essential for our mental and physical and, emotional well-being, even spiritually. So we got to connect. But sometimes, you don't want to be around nobody because people are pricks or you don't feel their energy. I get it. But find your tribe. Please find your tribe. So just keep all these things in mind. When it comes down to staying healthy during the busy holiday season, just know that it doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to have a plan in place. Like the things I just wrote about, the things I just spoke about. You have to have a plan in place. Focus on small, sustainable changes. You don't have to do a drastic change. If you're out and about, you're shopping before you leave the house, get a snack, get some food in you. So now you have the energy, you have the mental clarity to go out there and spend money intelligently. Because when you're not, and you go in certain stores, they got the drink for you, and now you're going to spend foolishly because your sugar's dropping, your emotional bust some stuff, you're not making smart financial decisions, right? Okay. And also during this holiday season, you have to remember how to be kind to yourself and always remind yourself how far you've come, how great that you're doing. Earlier, we were talking about avoiding negative self-talk. So you can't dive into that. But when it comes down to the holidays busy season, it's very possible that we can get on. Some of you guys are dealing with stress and anxiety, depression, and grief. And tomorrow I'll be doing a show with Sherry-Ann Phelps, who is a licensed family, marriage, and relationship therapist. So I'll be doing a show with her tomorrow on surviving the holidays with grief, right? So we want to help you notice the changes, be kind to yourself, and celebrate your success all along the way. This is important, right? And I'm just trying to encourage you guys. This is for pretty much for informational purposes only, right? Just general knowledge stuff. But we want you to incorporate that. So if you need some more help, man, we got the resources. Go to the website at www.yourbestlifestyles.com. And we want to get you going, man, whether it's on a professional level with a therapist, health coach like myself. We want to get you there. We got doctors on the team, so to really get you the help that you need. So I really hope, it's my prayer for you, that you utilize these tips and strategies to stay healthy during the holiday season, man. I really hope so. Because we want you to live a long, productive life. We want you to bring in the new year healthy and strong. And that's what it's all about. So make sure that you share this out, subscribe, download, all of those good things to help us out. Subscribe. We're streaming on all platforms. And check us out. You're in London, UK, London Energy Radio. Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. LondonEnergyRadio.com and my website, YourBestLifestyles.com. Check us out. Utilize the tips and strategies. Have a happy and safe holiday. And be looking for the next episode. All right. Peace and blessings.